The Founders of Hogwarts, Part 1, Episode 3, written and performed by Amanda K. Skelton, inspired by the wizarding world of Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. Fade in, interior Londonwick's infirmary, hallway, morning. A sign pointing to immediate care hangs on the wall with a large green crescent moon below it reading, Londonwick's first magical infirmary. A healer and Godric enter into the hallway from a patient's room. He's badly burned, but it's a good thing you brought him in when you did. Will he walk again? The healer hesitates. Eventually. It's much easier resetting bones than growing them. Godric nods. Keep me posted on his progress. The healer exits, but Godric notices a large portrait of a handsome wizard hanging askew on the wall in front of him. He levels it, admiring the man's conviction. It reads, Healer clears Ravenclaw. Discovered the treatment for Rattlepox. A nurse calls off screen to Godric. Captain Gryffindor? A kind-looking nurse hands a letter to him. This has come for you by way of owl. Godric opens it, reading quickly. He smiles and pockets the letter and exits down the hallway. As he turns the corner, Rowena enters in haste with Alame and Redhead. She speaks to the nearest healer. I'm looking for a boy who was brought in with heavy burns. The healer points her in the other direction. Then she remembers the Redhead in her custody. And could you look after this muggle? She got herself nearly burned at the stake and her memory erased. She makes a crazy gesture with her hand before the nurse takes the Redhead away. Cut to interior Londonwick's infirmary, large patient room, morning. Meanwhile, 4 beds are pushed against the back wall, clearing a space for dance lessons. 2 women and 2 men are divided, facing each other. Helga Hufflepuff stands at the far end, smiling. From the top, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Music begins to play and the students dance. Helga moves stylishly through their lines, correcting their posture and hand placements. The 2 men and the shorter, dark blonde woman are graceful and well-balanced, but the brunette proves herself rhythmically challenged. Helga tries to help. 1, 2, 3, shoulder blades back, eye straight to head, 1, 2, 3. Everyone but the brunette turns in the same direction, arms interlocked. Brunette bumps into her dance partner, tripping on her dress and falling flat on her face. Helga stops and so does the music, and everyone gasps as quietly as they possibly can. No, I've got it. I'm not completely useless. Her partner reaches for her, but she bats him away. She stumbles trying to get up and just gets fed up altogether. Off with you, all of you. I'm in no need of an audience. The dancers stand at attention, flicking their wands and wisping out of the room. Helga glides over to her student. Tell me what you need. Grace, rhythm, coordination, only one left foot. Please, I could go on. The list is endless at this point. Helga sidesteps the woman and helps her up. Then let go of all authority and learn to follow. Helga corrects her as she goes along. Stand up straight, chin is up, shoulders back. Helga steps into the woman's personal space. Let's try a different song, shall we? Now, close your eyes. The brunette throws a small sideways glance at Helga, unsure of this command. But Helga looks back at her, giving her a nod, and the brunette obeys. Now, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Helga dances with the woman and leads her across the floor. The brunette's dancing improves considerably. They turn, lock arms, spin, and sashay without incident. The music holds as they finish. The 2 women are close enough to kiss. The brunette nearly holds her breath. That was incredible. Helga beams. That was all you. Suddenly, the door bursts open and Godric comes striding through. Helga and the brunette break apart, both equally surprised at the interruption. Godric pauses, realizing who he's barged in on, and drops to one knee in a grand gesture. Forgive me, Your Majesty, I did not mean to intrude. The Witch Queen of Britain straightens her dress, squares her shoulders, and looks down her nose at her subject. At ease, Captain. Are you here to see me? No, Your Highness, I was not made aware that you were even here. The corners of the Witch Queen's mouth curl into a small smile. Good. Nice to know people can keep secrets without being confounded. We were just finishing. She turns to Helga, tilts her head slightly. Thank you again for the lesson, Lady Hufflepuff. Helga returns the gesture. The honor is all mine, Your Majesty. The Witch Queen addresses Godric. Captain? Godric bows deeply again to his queen. The Witch Queen swishes her wand and apparates away. Godric stands, smiling at Helga. He holds up the letter. You called? Helga stares back at him, not amused. Your timing is impeccable, Captain. Don't I know it? She rolls her eyes. Cut to exterior Helga's home, continuous. Godric and Helga walk up to Helga's beautiful home. It's a sweet little cottage with deep rows of yellow flowers lining the windows. Should I be worried for our queen dancing in such a place as an infirmary? No, she just enjoys it for the privacy. They enter. Interior, Helga's home, continuous. It's considerably bigger on the inside. It's homey and roomy and warm. Godric notices a large collection of cups along the walls. His eyes catch a very ornate chalice with sapphires embedded in the handle. He reaches for the goblet in wonder. Ahem. Helga notices, and Godric immediately retracts his intentions. She taps the wall, and a hidden door appears. Shall we, Captain? They travel down a long corridor, heading deeper and deeper into the ground. So, Lady Hufflepuff, that official then, finally? No. Her Majesty keeps offering, and I keep turning her down, though I am rather joyous of your return. Came here the moment after we won. Do you abandon your hard work, go back teaching private lessons to uncoordinated royals? That was a favor. My research is very much my dream. Lunar potions? She nods. But unfortunately, I've come as far as I can. I don't have enough knowledge on the illumination properties of the moon, mostly because they haven't been discovered yet. Not the right time and all. There's actually been a professor's study I've been following. I've got it in here. They stop outside a pair of double doors. She waves a hand and a dozen locks appear. She raps on the door to the rhythm of her name, and one by one they open. Before we venture forth into matters beyond my expertise, may I have this dance with you, Lady Helga Hufflepuff? He bows, and her face breaks into delight. There would be no lady here, but a miss, and I would be delighted. He spins her in and out of his arms. Immediately she becomes aware of the air around him. I smell burning flesh. Newly burning flesh. Are you still wounded? Have you not patched yourself up yet? The leading cause of death for returning soldiers is infection. You of all people should know that. Godric interrupts her. I'm fine. It was a bloke I picked up on the way here. I'm fine. Just a couple of scratches, broken collarbone, gash on my shin. All healing as we speak. He shows her his bandages. Her tone is solemn and sympathetic. How was it? He shrugs. Like all the others. How victorious were you? Oh, extremely. We showed mercy, but all prisoners committed suicide when they heard that we were transporting them to Colonel Braeborn's care. I don't blame them. Braeborn's not called the wicked because of bloodless victories. How many men did you lose? His eyes turned to the ground. 6 wounded, 14 were captured. All but 4 made it back alive. Helga places a comforting hand on his arm. I'm so sorry. He shrugs. The casualties of a good war. Helga stares back at him. I'd hate to see the casualties of a bad one. So would Godric. I'll brew you some calming potion to help you sleep. I'm glad you're alive and mostly in one piece. Godric smiles appreciatively. You as well. I was worried the moon might bewitch you into salt or melt you into gold. Helga slides her hands down the door, and the locks warp away, revealing a handle. Only a blue meteor in the month of May can turn a person into salt. Only the sun has the power to melt anything into gold. Godric nods, learning something new. She pushes the door. Interior, Helga's home, lab. Continuous. They enter. Godric's eyes light up at the sight in front of him. Helga puts her hands on her hips. So what brings a man of your celebration to town? Godric moves his hand to his belt, his tone serious. A favor. Cut to black.